There was once a young boy named Kofi, born in a small, struggling village on the outskirts of a bustling city. His mother, a poor widow, gave birth to him on a cold, rainy night. The villagers whispered that Kofi's birth was cursed. His face looked like that of an old man, wrinkled and weathered, despite his youth. It was said that when he opened his eyes, they reflected the weight of a lifetime of hardship and sorrow. As Kofi grew older, the lines on his face deepened, and his hair turned prematurely gray, while his peers looked bright and youthful. He wore an expression that seemed beyond his years, leaving many to wonder about the strange child in their midst. In Kofi's village, children often ran and played together, but Kofi stood apart. The other children teased him, calling him Grandpa or the Old Man. He tried to smile and join in their games, but his face, a mirror of time and hardship, drove them away. His classmates did not understand his appearance, and their parents feared that his face was a sign of something wrong. Kofi often heard whispers of fear and pity as he walked through the village, and the words, "Don't touch him, he might be cursed," echoed in his ears. Kofi's mother tried to protect him, but even she struggled to find the words to comfort him. She knew that the world saw her son as different, but in her heart, he was everything she had. She would often tell him, "You are special, Kofi. You may not see it now, but the world will one day understand your worth." One day, when Kofi was just 10, the village received a visit from an orphanage looking to adopt children in need. His mother, seeing a rare opportunity, tried to present Kofi for adoption. But when the adoption agents saw his face, they recoiled. They said they were looking for children who could blend into society without attracting attention. Kofi, with his prematurely aged features, was dismissed without a second thought. Years passed, and Kofi's heart grew heavier. The other children grew up, made friends, and left the village for opportunities in the city, but Kofi remained. He worked alongside his mother in the fields, but his heart yearned for companionship, for belonging. Yet, every attempt at friendship or connection was met with rejection. He was alone, and the sorrow in his eyes became a reflection of the world's harshness. One evening, as Kofi sat by a fire, his mother told him something that would stay with him forever. "The world may not see your worth now, but there is greatness in you, my son. Don't let the world define who you are. You will find your place when the time is right." Her words resonated deeply within him, and from that moment on, Kofi began to change his outlook. He would no longer allow his physical appearance to define him. He started learning skills that were in demand in his village: carpentry, farming, and even reading. Though he faced ridicule for his age-like appearance, he worked tirelessly, honing his abilities and proving that despite his looks, he had something valuable to offer. Years passed, and Kofi, now in his 20s, had become a skilled carpenter and an innovative farmer. His hands, though weathered, crafted beautiful wooden furniture, and his knowledge of agriculture transformed barren land into fertile grounds. Kofi's reputation began to spread, and slowly, the people who once dismissed him started seeking his help. They marveled at his intelligence, his ingenuity, and his strength. The villagers began to understand that Kofi's face, though aged, had given him wisdom. He had spent years observing the world around him, and his mind was sharp, even if his face didn't match his youth. It was then that they realized the mistake they had made years ago, when they rejected him because of his appearance. One day, the mayor of the village, who had once turned Kofi away from the adoption center, came to his house. He stood at Kofi's door, looking at the young man who had transformed his life and the lives of others. "Kofi," the mayor said, his voice trembling, "I was wrong. We were wrong to judge you by your looks. You have changed this village for the better. What we saw as a curse was truly a gift. We regret turning you away, and we are sorry for the pain we caused." Kofi, with his face full of lines and wisdom, simply nodded. "It is not your regret that matters, sir. It is the change we can create together now that matters." Chapter 6: Kofi's Legacy. As Kofi's reputation grew, so did the community's respect for him. He became the heart of the village, a pillar of strength, wisdom, and compassion. People traveled from nearby towns to seek his counsel, to learn from his skills. He helped many start new businesses, taught them to cultivate land, and even started a school to help the children of the village learn. Kofi's face, once a symbol of rejection, had now become a testament to resilience. People no longer saw the wrinkles and graying hair, they saw a man who had overcome adversity and had become the cornerstone of a thriving community. Kofi lived to a grand age, but his legacy did not rest in his longevity or his accomplishments, it rested in the hearts of the people he touched. They had learned that true beauty is not in appearance, but in the heart, the soul, and the work one does for others. Kofi's life became a lesson to the world: never judge a person by their outward appearance. For sometimes, the greatest gifts come wrapped in the most unexpected packages. As Kofi's mother had told him all those years ago, the world had finally come to understand his worth. The story of Kofi teaches us that sometimes, the world's rejection can be the beginning of a journey toward self-discovery and greatness. Never allow the world to define your worth based on your appearance. The true value of a person lies in their character, their abilities, and the difference they make in the lives of others. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspirational stories.